Hello YouTube family, hello collective. My name's Asha. Welcome to my channel, Earth Angel Ashara. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. In fact, I've deliberately stayed away from doing anything like this. The thought of being in the public eye has been an absolute terrifying experience for me, just over the years, etc. You know, the the heartache, if you like, of going through spiritual awakenings, going through ascensions, etc., going around and around in cycles, whether that be soulmate, karmic, whatever else. I've experienced that much trauma that the thought of going live or coming onto Facebook has triggered traumas in me, so I've definitely stayed away. But lo and behold, it's 2022, and I honestly believe that I am on the start of my journey into High Priestess. And what that means for me is I am transitioning from my fourth personality into a fifth personality. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail of what that means. Okay, so at the start of 2022, and we're only on the 11th of January today, and today's date is even significant for me. 10s and 11s are so significant for me. So yesterday I had a downloaded epiphany that was like, and then lo and behold, today on the 11th, I'm delivering it. And something very similar happened on the 10th and the 11th of December. Okay, so as time goes by, I'll share more and more about my experiences with you. So, what I have come to really understand during January is that I have 5 ultra egos inside of me. Okay, so prior to January, these ultra egos have been displaying themselves in different ways, being affected by different things, and me not really knowing what's going on, just kind of handling every situation as if it was an isolated situation. And then dealing with the trauma that comes from dealing with a situation without actually having all of the knowledge and information around that. So, the Egyptians believed that we had 5 personalities. There was 5 personalities of the soul, okay? And I've written a few notes down here because I only came to this epiphany last night. It was literally last night that I understood that the Egyptians already knew this. What I believe that I've just discovered about me in terms of having 5 inner personalities, it seems like this was completely common knowledge and completely acceptable to the Egyptians. So as I said, on the 10th of January last night, certain things came together for me, and I'm sharing this on my first video. So the Egyptians believed in these 5 parts of the soul within. Okay, so number 1 they called Ren. Okay, and that name was given to a person at birth. For the purpose of my ascension journey, and so that it makes sense to the collective, I am naming Ren the inner child. Okay, Ren is our inner child. My inner child is called Ashtray. Okay, and I've named her Ashtray because that's the name that I had when I was a little girl. 1, because my name is Asha, and 2, because I actually used to like dipping my finger in the ashtray and eating the ash. I'm unapologetic on this show. Okay, there is no shame. I'm gonna talk my shit. This is Sasha, by the way. I'm gonna talk my shit and I'm gonna do my thing. And quite frankly, I really don't give a fuck. Okay, that's where I am. Welcome to Sasha. Okay, so my inner child is called Ashtray, and that's the reason why she's called Ashtray. Okay, she likes teddy bears. Do you know what I mean? So how I started healing her a year and a half ago was I went and purchased 2 big brown teddy bears because as a little girl, I had a brown teddy bear, and that teddy bear helped me through a lot of my spiritual trauma. Okay, again, you're going to learn about me that a lot of my main trauma in life has been spiritual. So what that means is that I have been clairvoyant, clairaudience, every single clear underneath the sun, and medium, a psychic, seeing dead people walking around from like the ages of like 4 or 5 years of age. So as you can imagine, ghosts are scary at the best of times on a movie. Never mind seeing all of that crap going on around you and not having necessarily anyone to support. So that's where that trauma comes from. So that's Ashtray, and she's my inner child, what the Egyptians nicknamed Ren. Then the second personality the Egyptians had was a personality they called Shi'ut. and I'm pronouncing that Sheut because it's spelled Sheut. If you have the correct pronunciation, then please do send it to me. Okay, I'm more than happy to learn new things on this journey, because as I said, it's all new to me. And the Sheut was the personality that the name they gave to the shadow side. Okay, so I believe that we all have a shadow side, but I don't want to make this video about anyone else other than me. Okay, because it would be ego, I feel, if I'm telling you, you have 5 personalities within you, you have a shadow side, and you don't feel that way, and that's not your belief, then how dare I? Does that make sense? I'm not coming from a place of ego on this journey. I'm saying I'm sharing some information that I've downloaded the divine, the higher self, my ancestors, etc., have given me this knowledge, and I'm coming, to YouTube, to the collective, to share this information with you. Okay, so my shadow side is called Sasha. Okay, and I know Beyonce is called Sasha Fierce, but you know what, fuck that. Okay, because I've been calling Sasha from my teens. Okay, that's the name that I've always given to that ghetto gangster side of me. Sasha also is my divine masculine. Okay, so that's what you hear when you hear me come out with this really aggressive masculine energy tone, defensive. That's Sasha. Okay, she's all about my shadow side, but she's also my divine masculine. Okay, so this is going to be like, I don't know if this is making sense. It's going to make sense to those who know, and it's not going to make sense to those who don't know. But what I've come to understand is that we have male and female energy within us, which means we have a divine masculine and we have a divine feminine. And those divine masculine and feminine energies have to learn to start to work in harmony. Okay, and that's what's going on here. So the learn, all 5 personalities have to learn to work in harmony. Okay, and I'm going to walk you through what's going on for me. Okay, so shadow side is called Sasha, and my inner child is called Ashtray. Then after that, you then have after my divine masculine, you have my divine feminine. Okay, and she's called Rosie. All right, and I named her. Well, I became Rosie. So on my back, I have a tattoo called Rosie, which I got in my early 20s, just before I gave birth to my second son. Okay, so she has been my divine feminine, and she's been the mom, she's been the nurturer, she's the one that led us to spend nearly 20 years in a karmic marriage. Okay, because she wanted to have the family, she wanted the white picket fence, she wanted the holidays, she wanted the big 5-bedroom house in Sutton Coldfield, which is in England, and it's a very, very posh area. And that bad bitch, she got it all. Okay, hi. Rosie, she accomplished that. You know what I mean? She runs a house tight. The kids are home tutored or homeschooled. There's homework being done. The clothes are on the banister from the night before. Packed lunches are done. And then she steps out in the morning at 6:30 and she looks like this. Do you know what I mean? And her kids are on point. Their clothes are clean. Shoes are polished. She don't play. Okay? She's a proper mommy. Okay? But she's a badass one. Okay? So that's Rosa. And that's who the Egyptians named Ib. Okay? Which is, it looks like an LB. It's either L and a B or an I and a B. Again, if you have the correct pronunciation, then please let me know. I've only just come, I want to say the divine brought this to my attention last night. And when I say last night, I'm talking early hours of the morning. All right. So they believe that this was the metaphysical heart. Okay. So again, she's full of love. She's full of empathy. She's full of compassion. She's nurturing. That's my Ib side. Okay. Her name's Rosie. And then the 4th personality was Ba, and that's B-A, Ba. Okay, and the Egyptians believed that this notion of personality is linked to, I'm going to say it's linked to my boss energy. Okay, I've named her Asha, which is my name. My actual birth name is Asha. Okay, this is a personality that I'm very familiar with, because I'm still in that personality now. And I believe that this is the personality that I'm going to be communicating the most with you guys as we go through this journey. Okay, so Asha, she's the Empress. She's the Empress in the Tower deck. She's the woman who, yes, she runs a household, she loves her family, etc. But she's the provider. She's the one that gets up in the morning and she's at work and she's making her money and she's bossing it up. Okay, she's the one, and this is me. Well, I'm Asha. I don't get out of bed for less than £300 a day. I don't. You get what I'm trying to say? I know my shit. I know my worth. I know what I've worked for. Okay. I'm educated. I have a degree, a master's, a PhD. I'm a head teacher. I train head teachers how to be head teachers. I'm also a qualified Senko. I know a lot about special educational needs. She gets the job done. When it comes to academic, professionalism, business, presentations, she knows her shit. Okay, and she walks like the boss, even in an environment where someone else is the boss. Believe me, her energy, you're questioning yourself, hang on a minute, is that the boss? Because it's like that. Okay, and I have excelled in those energies within the education arena. Okay, so I've been a head teacher about 8-9 times. I'm an education advisor. I go into schools, I mash it up, I take failing schools from inadequate into outstanding. I've just done one. I've just ended a contract on the 31st of December. I started there properly. I started there as their consultant, and then they asked me to come on as their Senko because they were inadequate. And then in 18 months and during COVID, I have taken this mainstream school with nearly 1,300 kids in there from inadequate to good with outstanding features in 18 months. That's Asha. Okay. And then this fifth personality, who I haven't met her in the flesh, but I've had essences of her. Okay. And what I mean by that is I started this channel that I'm on right now and named it Earth Angel Ashara back in June 2021. So she's been trying to come through for a while now, but I haven't had the understanding. The pennies are just dropping now. Okay. And the Egyptians called that part of the soul Ka, Ka, Ka. Okay. And they believe that this was the vital fire, okay, or the spark inside. Okay. I believe that this is my high priestess energy, like I've said. Okay. And again, her name is Ashara. Now, all of these personalities live in one house. Okay. So we know about the 12 houses and we know about the zodiac signs and everything else. But inside of me, there is one house. This body, this temple is the house. And this house embodies all 5 personalities. Okay, so in the house, Astray, she resides in the bedroom. Okay, that's her spot in my house, in my inner house. She's in the bedroom. Okay, my shadow side is in the closet. Okay, the scary cupboard underneath the stairs. Okay, so we'll put her there for now because I'm still trying to figure out how she moves around. Okay, but she's Sasha fearless, but she's in the darker parts of me, the masculine, but yet still she dominates so much of me. All right. And then Rosie, before I would say that I'd say that before Rosie was always in the kitchen cooking, baking. I make my own cheeses, I make my own wines, you know what I mean, butters, cakes. You know, when Rose is feeling it, my divine feminine, that's where she is. She resides in the kitchen area of the house. Okay, at the moment she's on the city. She don't give a fuck anymore. She's so tired. She's knackered. Okay, she don't even want to wake up and make breakfast. At the moment, she don't even want to wake up and wash her own body. Okay, she's resting because she's shattered. Okay, and then you've got me, and I don't know where I am in the house because I spend so much time outside of the house, and that's why I'm saying that you're gonna know and understand and learn more about Asha than probably any of the other 4 personalities, because that's who I am at the moment. Okay, so I'm not sure where in the house I actually hang out, but I know I'm at the forefront. So I'm gonna say, you know what, at the moment, Asha's by the front door, she's outside. Okay, and then you've got my higher priestess Ashara, and without a doubt she resides in the garden. Okay, she's a herbalist. She can just look at flowers and stuff like that and just know shit. She knows what to do. And I started to kind of like tap into that a little bit of last year when I stumbled across this purple flower in the garden, and Spirit was like, start eating it. And I was like, no, let me research it. And when I researched it, apparently this flower will kill you if you eat it. And I was like, what the fuck? No. And then I started to research more. And as I started to research more, this flower is found in India, China, wherever, and they use it as a psychedelic. It's actually used as a psychedelic. The downloads to my higher self came through and showed me that this plant as a psychedelic, mix it with wine. So I make wine, okay? Remember I said Rosa, she's a badass, she's in the kitchen. So again, this is probably somewhere in the future, perhaps, but in the future, there's a combination of these things coming together, root medicine, beverages, etc. So this platform in a year from now could look completely different. I've probably got an Epi shop or an Esty shop selling tonics and beverages, helping people get back to the source. Okay, so the way that it's been downloaded to me to help this make sense to the collective is that there is a movie called Split. Okay, if you've watched the movie, great, we're going to go straight into it. If you haven't watched it, I'd recommend perhaps pausing this video for a minute, going online to YouTube. You might be able to watch the movie for free. You might have to be charged or pay £3 or whatever to rent it. Okay, but I do recommend that you watch that movie Split. Okay, so the movie Split, it's about an actor played by a guy called James McAvoy. Okay, now this guy in the movie has 23 different personalities within him. So obviously, also when I say obviously, I'm doing a PhD at the moment in mental health. Okay, so when I'm talking about multi-personalities, I understand the different categories within mental health, the different mental health conditions. Okay, so I understand that what I am describing is actually termed as schizophrenia. Okay, which is the mental health terminology when people believe or people embark on or demonstrate multiple personalities within, or the hearing of voices. All of that comes within the realms of schizophrenia. Okay, this movie is about a man who has been diagnosed with schizophrenia. Okay, just to make it absolutely clear, this is a man that has been named or been given the title or signed off as certified mad. Okay, because he's embarking on all of these personalities. All right, I don't see anybody as mad. Okay, I don't believe there is anybody mad. I believe that we are all at different stages of the ascension process, and we are tapping into different energies, and some of us are able to handle those energies. Some of us are able to display those energies in more positive, in different ways. Not even positive, but because there is no positive or negative. Okay, it just is. All right. So again, I understand that me talking about multiple personalities is usually termed as a mental health condition known as schizophrenia. Okay. I don't believe myself to come under the mundane description of mental health, but I understand that I am coming to you talking about me having multiple personalities, which is usually or often deemed as a mental health condition termed schizophrenia. Okay, just to make it absolutely clear. So this man, okay, he has 23 personalities and he embarks on every personality. So you see him in the movie change between them, and some are female, some are masculine, some are older, some are young, etc., etc. And you see him weave his way through those personalities. Okay, I'm weaving my way through these ultra inner personalities that are within me. Okay, and for the first time, shit is making sense. All right, shit is making sense to me. So I'm saying to you that I believe that we all have 5 personalities within us, but I'm not going to say that I think that is absolutely true and you've all got 5 personalities in you, whatever. I'm still researching that. But so far in my research, which is very young, okay, it's very new, I've been listening to a lot of people, and again, YouTube videos, talking to people personally, and researching. Like I said, I've been reading books about the ascension journey. I've been reading books about personality disorders, etc. And from this research now, I believe that we all have these ultra personalities. the most common ones that I'm hearing about at the moment that people accept and have an awareness of is the inner child. Okay, so there's lots of talks around YouTube going back for the inner child, doing the inner child work, and there's lots of talks on YouTube talking about doing the shadow work. You've got to do your shadow work. And then there's lots of people talking about, oh, divine feminine and divine masculine, and there's even people talking about the high priestess. But it's almost like being talked about as if they're separate to each other, when actually they are, but they're not. They all live in one house. And actually, what's downloaded to me is that all 5 personalities need to be brought together to sit around the table. Okay? It's not about having them in different rooms. Yes, they can go to their rooms and they can chill out by themselves if they want to, because they're all very independent personalities. But actually, when I introduced them to each other this week, it made so much more sense. Okay. And when I say introduced them, is that when I said the name of each of one, I instantly became that person. So, Ashtray, okay, she's my inner child. When she comes in, she gets really giddy and she starts to jump up and down. Okay, she's excited. She won't let anybody get a word in edgeway. Okay, she just wants to talk and share and do. Okay, she's also what I've come to understand as a little bit of a singer. Okay, so imagine as an adult, I'm like, I want to sing, but I can't sing for shit. Okay, I fully believe I can't sing for shit. Whereas you can't tell Ashtray that she can't sing, you know. She's a fucking singer. Period. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm honoring her. I'm creating a platform for her to be able to sing and do her thing, because that's what she needs. Okay, she needs to be acknowledged. All personalities need to be acknowledged, and all personalities need a purpose and a job. Okay, so right about now, I have 5 personalities and 5 purposes right now. And I might have 10 or 15 or 20 tomorrow. And if that's the case, so be it. But right now, I've got 5 personalities and 5 purposes. Okay, so personality 1, inner child, Ashtray. She wants to be a singer. Okay. Then you've got personality 2, which I've already explained, Sasha, and she's my shadow and my masculine energy. Now, because of trauma, Sasha spent a lot of the time at the front, okay? And she's been in a state of protection. She's needed to protect me, okay? She's needed to protect me from sexual abuse. She's needed to protect me from other people's insecurities and jealousy. She's had to protect me from bad-mindedness, judgment, just perhaps some of those usual trials and tribulations that we go through as a teenager, trying to find our way through the world. Okay, so it took a long time for Sasha to step out of the way and allow some of these other personalities to come through, because she's just been on protection mode. Okay, when she comes through and embarking Sasha, she's gangster. She's the one that would tell you that she don't give a fuck. Okay, and she will smash you. All right, she don't play, and she don't business if it's mom, dad, nan, granddad, whatever. With all due respect, you disrespect her or you make any of the other us, out, the other personalities within me, you disrespect anything like that, and I'm telling you, even without the fact that her dad was a kickboxer, she will have you. Okay, she will fuck your shit right up, and her mouth is sharp. Okay, she'll break you down. Honestly, that mouth will break anybody down, not you. Okay, I have to say that because Sasha's like that. She comes forward a lot. Okay, she's feisty. She's very, very feisty, is what I'm saying. Okay, and she's very, very protective. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's man, woman, or child. If she feels threatened, disrespected, or whatever, you'll see her fire side come out. But she's also a divine masculine. And at the moment, she's taking care of my divine feminine. All right, so last night, I was in bed and my external divine masculine, I says to him, I want some pink tea, which is an Asian tea, okay, whatever. And he's sick. He's sick at the moment. We're going through a transformation, aren't we? Does that make sense? So I've been sick. I'm still sick. You're going to hear me coughing. I feel like shit inside still, but I'm popping, okay? And I said I want pink tea, and he's sick. He's cold. He's like, picture, it's all popping off. He's at his, I'm at mine. We haven't seen each other for over 2 weeks. Yeah, because I've been going through this cycle and transformation. I've been on my period for 2 weeks. I literally just came off yesterday. Like I said, Sasha, don't give a shit. It's full disclosure, okay? I'm not hiding. This is an ascension journey, and shit's about to get real. All right, so I was vexed. You got what I'm saying? My divine feminine, she wants pink tea right now. This motherfucker, but he ain't getting no pink tea, blah, blah, blah. So Sasha was like, fuck that shit. Get your shoes on, we're going. I was like, no, I want to just lie in the bed. My divine feminine, you know what I mean? Am I being egotistical? Am I running out there, blah, blah, blah? Do I need to just allow my man to be a man? And if he can't do it, do I need to learn patience and just be still? You know what I mean? Divine feminine. It's about being in a position to receive. So how can I be in a position to receive if I'm telling, if I'm getting my shoes on and I'm getting in my car and I'm driving to go get this pink tea? And Sasha was just like, listen, I'm your divine masculine. I take care of you. I've always taken care of you. So if my divine feminine wants pink tea, you're getting pink tea, period. So I was like, okay, thank you. I really want pink tea. And I got up and I jumped in the car. And Sasha took me to go get pink tea. And, when I got there, as I was driving there, this masculine called me. And he was like, where are you? And I said, yo, I'm going to get pink tea. You know what I'm saying? And Sasha was on it. She's making him know. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, nobody ain't going to take care of divine feminine. So divine feminine has to go up and get pink tea. You know what I'm saying? And he's being triggered. And I know he's being triggered because we recognize each other. We recognize when we're triggering each other. You know what I mean? It's on that level, isn't it? And it's not been long, believe me, but it's that level. And he was like, okay, gone to get pink tea. And I said, yeah. And I'm getting donuts too. Do you know what I mean? The shabam. So he was like, okay, I see you. And I said, at the end of the day, I got to take action. So he was like, you know what? I'm gonna, like, basically he's involved in some kind of activity, and I don't, since Sunday I don't get involved in activities like that, because I recognize that the activity, and when I say full disclosure, some shit is my business, okay? So there is a full disclosure, but everything is a process, okay? But I've needed to be in a state of meditation where I'm just relaxed, okay? Fuck it, I don't want to do nothing. I just want to sit and be, because my divine feminine needed that. But as I'm coming out of that into this January new cycle, whatever it is, and to be honest, I'll be honest with you, okay, I've been in 2022 since October, all right? So my body is not working on the Gregorian calendar. This is on some next level calendar. So I'm telling you now, I was in 2022 from October, okay? So here we are in January at the beginning of the year. But I'm very familiar with this energy. I'm very familiar with the shift, okay? And it's amazing. It really is. It's beautiful, okay? The change, what's going on with the universe, the planetary alignment, coming out of a moon cycle into a sun cycle. It's divine, okay? So he's on the phone, he's talking to me about pink tea, and I'm say to myself, because I'm crying, before I picked up the phone to him, I was crying in the car all the way there. Divine feminine was expressing herself. Nobody does anything for me. I go around and I'm helping everybody else and I nurture everybody else. Who's gonna bring divine feminine pink tea? And Sasha's in the car saying, yo, I got ya, I'm gonna go get tea now. You've got tea, cool. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Anything you want, you can have, okay? £1,000,000 is your. I would go out there and I would get. You tell me what you want, and I would go out there and get it and bring it home. Do you understand me? So I'm crying to God. Thank you, divine masculine. Thank you. Really acknowledging the energy and actually what's going on for me, and I was happy. I was happy that my divine masculine got up and when I got me tea. Does that make sense? Because the beautiful thing about it is when I got back and was talking to my son, who is a divine masculine, and I was trying to explain a scenario to him that a divine feminine is coming into his life soon. And I know that's a trigger for him because he's been celibate for probably 2 years now. He ain't interested in no girl, even though I keep getting downloads about my granddaughter my son's 22. Okay, so I've been getting down. Yes, my son's 22, I'm 40. Okay, and this is what I'm trying to say. We're in a different energy now. Okay, we're getting younger. Those of us that know, okay, it's a different energy. I haven't eaten, I'm not eating, I'm going 3 days sometimes with no food. Okay, and this has started since October. Okay, I haven't got any appetite. I'm trying, honestly. I cook the food, I love to cook. Okay, but I just can't eat. And my belly's rumbling. There's, I'm hungry, but there's just something here that is just not connecting with it. So even when I'm sitting with the plate, it feels like I'm forcing myself. So since October until now, before I was probably a 10, going into a 12. You know what I mean? I've always had a bottom. I'm known for my bottom. Okay. I'm known for my batty. And right about now, there is no batty. There is no batty and there is no chest. I am going for a transformation, okay? And it is triggering me. All right, because all my best bits, all my best features, I'm like looking in the mirror thinking, what the fuck? But at the same time, what I've come to understand these last couple of nights is that I'm actually fasting. That's it. I'm not starving myself. My body, my divine energy, the divine knows what's going on, and I'm fasting because it's actually during these fasting moments that I'm able to tap into divine source. And that's why perhaps we learn about all of these past ancient people fasting. Even now, Muslims still fast, Christians still fast. Most people that understands traditional religions, or follows a religious concept, would be familiar with the word fasting. And even if you're not, even if you're a spiritual person, we're still familiar with the word fasting. And I think I understand fasting. In fact, no, I didn't have the understanding of fasting to what I have now. I used to just see fasting as, yeah, fair enough. Everyone does it at a particular time of year. So, for example, for Christians and everything, the church that I used to be affiliated do it around Easter times, etc., and they fast, and it's beautiful. And I've enjoyed some amazing moments in the religious concept. Okay, I have with some amazing people. I've been a part of Women of Purpose, where it's just women and we're singing together, we're crying, everything. I've been a part of like the Esther program with my church, which is a 12-week program, and we break it down each step of the way. And again, they're my sisters. They're my fucking Esther sisters, man. You know what I mean? And I can tap into their own resources. I can tap into those people at any time. But again, I understand that it's still been based off a very religious structured concept, okay, which is an area that I'm moving out. To be honest, I probably was never in it, but I recognize that it's an area that I'm moving out of and more into the spiritual aspects of science. Okay, so I've explained divine masculine and I've explained divine feminine. I've given you an example of last night when my divine feminine and masculine worked together in harmony. You know what I mean? And it made me feel like $1 million. Both of them felt like they were doing their job. And that was amazing to see them work together. Okay. Now where I am on my ascension journey is that I am moving into my high priestess. Okay. As I said, I set up this Earth Angel YouTube channel last year in June in 2021, and it's for the first time now I'm actually understanding what's going on, and it's phenomenal. To be fair, it's absolutely phenomenal. So that's me giving you a little bit of a nutshell into these 5 personalities. Okay, so I'm going to be doing videos about each of the personalities. I'm also going to be doing videos about how each of the personalities are triggered, and that when I am triggered, I'm like, who's that? Who's just got triggered? Where is that emotion? Where has that spark just come from? Who is it? And I think I stop and I remain still, and I'm like, that's divine feminine. Divine feminine, what's the matter? What's the matter? And then it comes up to the surface. I'm being completely authentic. I'm being vulnerable with myself because now I know I'm in a safe house. I'm in a safe house with all these people. Whereas before I didn't know them. I didn't know them. So when I'm having these triggers, nobody's saying who's that. It's just a trigger and I'm kicking off. Does that make sense? I'm kicking off, man. Or I'm giving too much, or I'm loving someone that doesn't deserve to be loved, or I've gone back round in a karmic fucking cycle relationship because I don't get it, or I'm depriving the fucking inner child, so she's fucking acting up. Does that make sense? So each of these personalities, up until this point, have limited each other, have deprived each other, have robbed each other, have talked shit about each other, have slagged each other off because they didn't understand and know what was going on. Whereas now it's something different. I also bought this Oracle deck last year, and I took it out and I started to kind of like write messages on all the cards. Okay, so I was putting like my own little remixes at the back of them. I don't know if you can see that, but I was putting my own little remixes at the back of them to try and understand them. And I couldn't connect. No matter how much I tried to learn this deck card, I couldn't connect. You're going to learn from me that I've already kind of put it in the description box that I'm all about these Egyptian oracle cards. Back in 2019 going into 2020, I was initiated into the Orishas. Okay, so I bought this deck back in 2019. 2019 I bought this deck, and again I popped this deck out because even though I read it and I go through it, I ain't got up until now I really didn't have a clue what it was about. Does that make sense? Like, I wasn't allowing myself to go through the healing that could enable these messages to come down. This particular crystal deck, again, I probably bought about 10 years ago. And then there's another deck. It's not even a deck, actually. It's ruins. Because I've learned through downloads that I have a Celtic as well as an Egyptian, as well as an African life story, a life path. Does that make sense? So I've got Celtic blood running through me. I don't know if it's blood or energy, but I've been a part of that era. I've been a part of the Celtics, okay? I've been a part of the Orishas. I've been a part of the Egyptians. Because I've been seeing these downloads come through my whole life. My whole life, I've had visions where it feels like I'm fucking staring out of, like standing on a balcony, veranda, whatever it is, of a pyramid, staring at my fucking city and the River Nile. Does that make? I'm like, where is this coming from? I've been meditating and been looking at the window and just seeing all of these Egyptian faces coming through, transitioning from man, woman, woman, man, 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 woman. All of these Egyptian faces just changing in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm going to walk you properly through the journey. This is just video number 1 at the end of the day. And I get that for some people it's going to be like, what the fuck is she talking about? And I get that, you know what I mean? I get that, and I love that, you know what I mean? Because I'm going to walk that journey with you as the pennies start to drop, if the pennies start drop, because we're all at different stages of this ascension journey, aren't we? And that's absolutely fine. You know what I'm saying? I love that. That's the beauty of it, because I met up with my cousin last week, and he's on the other side now. He's tapped into that. It's all downhill now. Internal abundance. He's tapping into generational wealth and all the rest of it. And I'm looking at him thinking, I'm finishing his sentences. Because Spirit's already made me know what's going on, but I just didn't have certain pieces to connect things together. And he just dropped those pieces in place for me. And I'm like, bang, yeah, I get it. And I'm watching him do his shit. So he inspires me. Enough people do, because when like I said, I've been doing research, haven't I? And as I'm talking to people and they're on these different stages of their ascension process, and I'm able to say, right, you're there. Oh, I just came out of that bit, guess what? Do this. Like, for example, I just worked out that my inner child, sorry, not my inner child, sorry. I just worked out that my divine masculine, because he's got, so, men have to fight, perhaps, not every man, but more times they have to release that testosterone, don't they? Testosterone. They have to release all of that because it builds up in them. And when it builds up in them, it creates frustration, it creates anger. Does that make sense? So it's good and it's useful for boys to have something to do. So my boys, like I said, I've got 5 kids. Okay, I've got 3 boys, 2 girls. So I've always found things for the boys to do, because if I don't, they're mashing up my yard. Or they're fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? Or they're jumping from like 10 step down, or they're climbing up feet. You know, that's what the boys have been like in my house. So I'm like, no, come, get out, we're going kickboxing. Get out, we're going dance. I flung them into ballroom. I literally flung them into classical dancing. You know, and they hated me for it. It's like, we're wearing these tight trousers. What I'm spending like $1,000 on 2 outfits. I'm talking they went pro, they went professional as kids. Do you know what I mean? I was living my inner dream, my inner child through my kids. Because my mum could not afford to send me to dance school. Does that make sense? So I grew up dancing in carnivals and stuff like that and killing it. You know, if you don't know my name here in the UK, back in the days, my name was Miss Hati Hati. You know what I'm saying? My mum's house was full of trophies that I had won from dancing competition. I've been Jamaica, danced against Yardie Gal and Boss It Up. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't ramp with Sasha. You know what I'm saying? I was the first gal in the UK to dance on top of her head. Fact. Okay? That's the levels them days. So, again, my inner child was trying to express that through dance, but not having the right platform, you know, because imagine if I was with a parent, I had chosen a parent, because I do believe that we choose our parents. But imagine if I had chose a parent that understood that, seen that talent in me, and then said, oh my God, I'm going to invest in that talent. I'm going to send you to dance school and whatever. We'd be having a different conversation now. I'd be a professional dancer making money somewhere without a doubt. You know what I mean? The way my body moves when it's in that personality, you know, when it's in that zone, is phenomenal. You know what I mean? And I have not done that for years, but I'm about to. In fact, tonight, I'm going to my first dance lesson at 8 o'clock tonight, because I need an energy outlet for my masculine. Because if I don't, my masculine dominates. Even now, my masculine is dominating. This attitude, this energy, it's my divine masculine. Okay, cool down. So when I step into my divine feminine, it's a lot softer. You know what I mean? It's like the siren of a mermaid. Yeah, just lure you in. You know, you have no choice but to love it and like it. Because she's amazing. She's divine. She's soft. She's sensual. You know what I mean? She's incredible. But as I said, this is Asha. She's on the setting because she's tired. She's just come out of a 20-year karmic relationship. Okay, she needs time to heal. Okay, she's definitely needs time to heal. But when she's ready, you know. So, going back to what I was saying about these, I've started with these, so I'm gonna end on these. Okay, and this deck is called the Isis Oracle. Okay, and it's Awaken the High Priestess Within. Okay, and that's where I am. I'm at the stage now where I'm awakening the High Priestess Within, and she's about to step forward. This deck has been written by a lady called Alania Fairchild, if you are interested. Okay, and just before we end this particular recording, video, etc. Ooh. You've had one drop down, so that means I might just do 2, okay, because that came out for a reason. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to take out one more, okay, because that one just kind of fell out, which, to be honest, if it falls out, it falls out. You still read it, don't you? So, the first card, oh, I love this card, you know. I love the second card. The first card that came out is the Knot of Isis, okay, which is this card here. The Knot of Isis. And the second card to come out is this one, the Miracle of Isis. I love this card. You know, this is about Isis offering you a miracle, a miraculous healing. Okay. Learn to let go of your past and accept her guidance and her miraculous healing. all right, that's what this card means, which to be honest, it's so significant for now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the book and read out the actual meanings for you guys. So, the Knot of Isis. It's the thing about these books, isn't it, that you gotta try and find the page. Okay. So 88. Okay, so it says the Knot of Isis, energetic stabilization with the buckle of the beloved. Okay, so this one says each initiate has their own unique spiritual blueprint with particular skills, talents, and higher destinies unfolding that use their unique attributes. Part of your spiritual blueprint is a special relationship to the energies of the goddess. This means that not only do you have an important spiritual task of helping her thrive in this world, but you are afforded her power, protection, and abundance too. You are now deepening your connection to her, for real. Okay, you are under a spiritual guidance and protection of the divine feminine. Part of your high destiny this lifetime is to heal and flourish through the divine feminine in her many forms, especially in those forms that truly resonate and hold meaning to you. This healing will happen on your personal path and may well be a part of the work that you offer in service to the world, which may be simple in how you live your life. It may be as simple as how you live your life. This is what's going on for me. I've burnt the boats. I'm not going back to work. Everything I do is about working here from home. It's a simple life. And I'm just sharing what happens to me on a day-to-day basis. That's it. But also, I've got 5 personalities and they all want to do something. And I'm honouring every single purpose that each 5 personalities want to do. Okay? This is my higher priestess personality that has now come forward to start these YouTube videos, okay? And that's what this is talking about. Okay, the oracle brings special indication that your soul is braiding or twinning with the divine feminine energies in a particular form. From some, that will be a Pacific goddess, and the energetic process will often be strong and deep. The initiate will feel as if they are integrating the part of this goddess that is not just in them, but is part of their own consciousness. It is a deeply personal, spiritual, powerful, and beautiful growth experience for the soul. This process does not make you lose your identity. If it is happening in a genuine way, you will not believe yourself to be a goddess in question. You will instead experience her as part of your own being and your being as a part of her. You will not cease to exist as an individual light, and yet you will have grown more into divine communion with the sacred divine feminine. For others, there will be a sense of a divine feminine in many forms and faces, and you will enjoy her variety and vastness as you grow spiritually. You will not sense a particular goddess so much as you feel a deepening soul connection and awakening to the divine feminine principle, which is the emanating force behind all goddess energies. For still others, there will simply be a knowledge that love for the divine feminine, whether man or woman, because that's another point. There is a divine feminine and a divine masculine in every one of us, whether you're a man and a woman. And so within, so without. So just like we have to get our divine masculine and divine feminine energies working in harmony, supporting each other on the inside, that's what will be reflected on the outside. So enough of us keep going around in these karmic cycles, whether you choose them to be karmic or whatever, because we use karmic like it's a negative beating stick, and these fucking bastards that come in our life and try and fuck our shit up. when actually these fucking bastards are a reflection of the fucking bastard within us. Does that make sense? So we have to heal the fucking bastard within us so that we can attract the right fucking bastard on the outside. Okay? So within, so without. Okay? Whether you feel a connection with the individual goddess. Oh, sorry, I've read that. Okay? So it says, you will feel your answers and consciousness of your own divine feminine nature becoming stronger, more integrated, and a more balanced part of your life, a sense of self. The body will also be integrating this shift in your soul. As you work with the feminine energies, it helps bring body and soul light together, blending the physical and inner worlds of light together until they begin to feel very connected and harmonized. This is what I'm saying. These personalities that I've brought together are now working in harmony. Eventually, as this process continues, you will feel your body, you will feel your soul light present there. There will be no distinction between your soul and your body. It is a magnificent, luminous, joyful state of wonder to embody. People will be asking you what you have been doing to have such a beautiful inner glow. You see the glow? Glowing. Okay, so sorry. I did say that I'm still getting better. So as an initiate of the divine feminine, you are offered a sacred tool to assist you in integrating and honoring her energies for your own benefit and for the benefit of the human collective. This tool will help your soul blend with the divine feminine in higher vibrations, and this in turn will naturally draw body and soul into deeper connections and harmony. You are invited to experience this sacred tool for yourself by calling upon the sacred healing and protection of the knot of Isis. The knot or buckle of the Isis protects, guides, and stabilizes your energy field whilst it is in transition from one state to another. It is especially useful for spiritual growth with feminine energies because these are intimately related to the body and the relationship between the soul and the body, creating light within the body, connecting soul and body as one conscious, harmonious, illuminated being. The knot of Isis is like a container that holds you together whilst inside in a gentle way. You fall apart enough. You fell apart enough that you can be recognized, restructured, and reformed within the sacred container of the sacred knot. Once you are stable in your new soul structure, the knot is no longer needed until the next transition point in your relationship between your body and growing light and your soul as they become more fully united as one. You may call for the knot of the Isis as a symbol that you visualize or an energetic support structure that you may not perceive directly but will feel in effect. A sense of being held safe and firm to the perfect degree. At any time you need this, you can do a ritual that follows the simple invocation beneath it, as long as it is prefaced with unconditional love. You shall be supported in exactly the way that best serves you. Because you are integrating high level vibrational energies, rest and meditation, ocean swims, and time in nature, as well as working with pyramids of light and crystals, can assist with this soul tuning process now too. Listen to your body and soul as it grows within the divine feminine wisdom and trust that she will guide you, whether man or woman, deeper into your own healing, which benefits us all. Babes, I'm outside. I spent this week in the park just grounding. Divine Feminine was like, no, we're going. And Sasha was like, I'm sick. I'm sick. I still feel cold. You know, when your bones feel cold with the flu. I'm sick. And she's saying, no, you got to get out there in nature. And I did. And as I started to walk, I started to warm up. And as I started to warm up, I started to enjoy it. And even though I was pissed off because it was muddy and my trainers were muddy. And actually, you can probably see the video of me on this walk because I did video it. You know, you see me just warming up to the idea of being out there. So once this oracle comes as clear confirmation that you are integrating high level vibrational energies, you have been wondering if your dreams, intuition, goddess related meditations and communications are genuine. When this oracle serves as confirmation, this oracle, sorry, serves as confirmation. If you have pulled the Lady of the Star card along with this oracle of the Knot of Isis, the high vibrational energy that you are ascending has a ancestral quality of a high advanced spiritual civilization as well. It will have a stellar non-human quality that is loving, wise, and free. If you draw the oracle of the High Priestess, we didn't, we draw the oracle of the miracle of Isis, yeah, then the new energy of the divine feminine is being integrated into your body and soul at this time, will form a significant element of unfolding life path and spiritual destiny on this planet in future. Okay, and then it goes on to some rituals that you can do with the knot of Isis. Okay, and then at the end it talks about invoking the knot of Isis. Okay, so you can say this incarnation to assist with the energetic fluctuation of their symptoms, such as headaches, problem relating to body temperature, after energy work, and times when you sense something is happening within your own energy body and just want additional support. It is useful at the beginning of the healing visualization above. So the saying, say these words. Okay, so it says, in unconditional love, I call forth the Isis knot. I am held in the love like a babe in a cot. The buckle of the beloved has me secure, as my energy field now does mature. The goddess within my body and soul, the knot of Isis helps me grow whole. Okay, and then the second card, as I said, is the Miracle of Isis. And Miracle of Isis 106. Okay. So the Miracle of Isis, it talks about the miraculous healing of the goddess. Okay. And it says Isis was known as a talent practitioner of the healing arts and was capable of miraculous healing. For you, beloved, she offers a miracle healing. No matter how much you have struggled with a particular matter, or no matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this wound, addiction, problems, relationship, issues, or inner struggle, being a part of it, you are guided now to accept the possibilities of miraculous healing, to let go and let the goddess be. Okay? So it says, the Lady Isis wishes to lift a load that has become too heavy for you to heal on your own, beloved. Stephen, it's one of them ones. I told you, snot, boogie, tears, breaking down, knees, it's all popping off, yeah. But it's part of the healing process. Okay, and we're gonna go through this together. Okay. She cannot take something away from you if you are not willing to release it to her. However, it's true, you know. If you're not ready to release that trauma, it cannot be taken away from you. You just start reliving pain after pain after pain after pain. Okay. Release for healing means trust. You can't trust if your divine feminine doesn't feel safe. And your divine feminine won't feel safe until your divine masculine steps up and makes her feel safe. And not in an aggressive way or nothing like that. It's just when she says she needs something, he goes out and gets it. She's the creative thinker and he's the action doer. Do you know what I'm saying? So your masculine energy has to become a doer for your feminine energy so that she knows, you know what, I'm safe. My divine masculine's got me. My divine feminine is on the settee right now in the living room. She don't want to cook, she don't want to clean, she don't want to do nothing. She wants someone to take care of her. So when I says that my divine masculine went last night, 1:30 in the morning, okay, to go get her a cup of pink tea, you know I'm taking care of my baby. I'm taking care of her. She ain't got to worry about nothing. She's divine. You know what I'm saying? I recognize who she is, and I appreciate her and esteem her and adore her, idolize her, to make her know she's special, she's safe. So it says, release for healing means trust, letting go of attachments to outcomes and how the outcome might be achieved, and opening the divine genuineness of healing, and seeks to express the perfection of divine love through you now. To hand something over for healing, especially when it has been a long term or persistent difficulty, or simply seems to be too great or overwhelming, is to heal. Okay? Takes a radical change of mind and heart. To dare to hope without becoming attached to how or when something can happen. To surrender without forgetting to follow your intuition and act accordingly. To trust even though you may have been disappointed or hurt in the past. All of these things take skill and courage. Please understand, collective, that I've got a picture in my living room of a lion. And when I went to the shop and first seen it, I was like, you don't need a picture right now, okay? I'm going through a divorce, okay? And I was, at that point, with regards to this picture, I had moved me and my 5 kids out of this 5-bedroom house, yeah, and needed to go find a house to put in us. And I found one, and now I need to decorate this 4-bedroom house. I needed to decorate this 4-bedroom house in. The people moved out of this house on Friday, okay, because they hadn't even advertised it for rent, okay. Divine brought it to me. And not only that, the door number is a number 11. This is how significant these 10s and 11s are for me, okay. This has become a sanctuary of protection. This is the place and environment that I've been doing my healing for the last 10 months, okay, because we moved out in February 21, okay. And I've had to surrender, I've had to let it go, okay, despite all of that. So as I said, I've come across this picture, and I'm saying, you don't need a picture of that lion right now. What you need is bedding, food, plates, cups, etc. Because when I say I left with nothing, do you understand where I'm coming from? I left with the minimum, all right? I left with the minimum, and everything in this house I bought new, all right? So I'm saying, no, you can't have that picture. That picture is not an essential. You know what I'm saying? Get the essentials. So I've left this picture in the shop, you know, and I'm going around, and inside it's nigging me, and I'm saying, no, I don't care if it's nigging. Like I said, I'm not paying attention to the different personalities and the needs of these personalities. I'm just in my Asha boss girl energy and my divine feminine energy. We need to set up a house, okay? So boss girl, she's managing the budget. Okay, she knows what we can spend and what we can't spend. And divine feminine, she's looking at the colors and everything. So my whole house is decorated yellow. Okay, I didn't even know why I was decorating it yellow at the time, but it's yellow. And I was decorating it yellow because I was tapping into the Orisha goddess, Ashun. Ashun is yellow. Okay, she represents yellow. She represents that love energy. She's flowy. She's the river goddess, okay? Beyonce in her video Lemonade, when you see her walking around in that yellow dress, she is embodying the energy of Oshun, which is love. My household was embodying the energy of love because divine knew that I needed healing. I needed love healing. Okay, so even my bedding is yellow, and I was sleeping in yellow. I was walking around the house in yellow. I bought yellow clothes subconsciously, okay, because I was healing. I even had like my whole bathroom now. You go in there and you'll see bumblebees. You know, the mat on the floor is yellow bumblebees. The light plug, the toothbrush thing, the mouth thingy, the soap thingy, bumblebee, yellow, 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 okay. So I was embodying this energy. So this lion picture was yellow. All swishy things. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post a small little video if anybody wants to see what this lion looks like. I was like, no, you can't have it. No, You don't need that right now. It's not an essential. Keep moving. So I've gone to the tin, I've bought my stuff, gone home. Weeks later, it's still niggling me. Anyway, I've gone into the same brand shop, but a completely different store. And as I get to the back of the shop, guess what's looking at me? The same lion picture. And if I'm completely honest, collective, the real reason, which I know now, why I did not purchase that picture the first time was because it was a lion. And I had just spent 16 years in a relationship that was reflecting everything I didn't like about myself, everything I hated, everything I needed healing about. My inner child is, her main issue is abandonment. Okay, abandonment. So, I've been with a guy. Now I was married to someone that I now understand that his inner child's issue is abandonment. So of course we found each other. Of course we did, because we was energetically linked, because we were both craving the same, we were both giving off the same energy. You know how it works, the law of attraction. You know what I mean? I actually writ that man down on paper. I manifested him. Own house, 2 kids, boss man, blah blah. I manifested him. And my mum told me, you're gonna pick till you pick shit, Asha. And I said, you know what, mum? There ain't no picking no shit around here. I know what I want. I know how the divine guides me. So I'm doing my letter of affirmations. And I kiss my teeth because I'm Sasha's fierce, like, she's gangster like that. You know what I'm saying? And I went outside and I set it on fire. You understand me? And I said my affirmation words to the divine so that they could know what it was that I was asking for. And lo and behold, it was brought to me. So I'm like, yes. So obviously letting go of something that I had wished for, asked for, begged for, spent how many years giving gratitude for, was actually a reflection of my trauma. Does that make sense? So it dragged me. I got dragged. Yeah, I got dragged through this experience. So that picture, as I said, was a lion, and he is a Leo. So I'm looking at that picture thinking, why would you want to bring a Leo into this yard? Haven't you already just gone through that? What the hell is with this Leo thing? It's not coming. So that's why I didn't allow it. And then the second time round, because the universe had just been penning, digging me, poking me, get the picture, get the picture, get the picture, get the picture. And then when I've gone back in the shop and the picture's there staring at me, the same goddamn picture, I'm like, I kiss my teeth, because one thing I am, and you're going to learn this about me, is I am 157 times or percent obedient to spirit. And I don't play with that, and I make no apology to that. And what does that mean? That means that from young, me and my spirit guides have had an agreement that if they tell me something 3 times, yeah, because that's how I do it. I'm like, you tell me something once, I don't know if it's me or you. You tell me something a second time, okay, the first time could have been me, the second time could have been you. But if it's a third time, it's an equal one, innit? It's either got to be you or it's got to be me. Do you know what I mean? So that's how it kind of started off until now. They say something to me once and it's done. And I don't care. Even if, and that has been, Asha, that friend ain't no good for you. It's a snip. Don't take it personally. It's snip. Okay, right about now, I don't have no friend around me. It's been snip. I don't have no family around me. It's been snip. When spirit says, when spirit says do, when spirit says don't, when spirit says no, when spirit says go, I listen. I don't have my life on hold. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting down here thinking, what's it going to be today, spirit? Although I have been there, don't get me wrong. There's been times when it's quite clear that my judgment has not been correct. So therefore, I've lost trust. I've lost confidence in my own judgment. So therefore, I have sat there, and I've sat there waiting for spirit. I'm like, well, go on, man. Come on, spirit, give me a sign. I need a sign. I need something. And spirit's like, we're waiting on you to move, Ash. You move, and then we'll provide the guidance. But you've got to move. You have to be the fool every single time. Me and my son was talking about this last night. He was getting mad. It was popping up. It's popping off. Then he's crying. I'm crying. We're triggering each other, and I'm like, because I'm trying to tell him some divine feminine's coming in, whatever, and it's triggering him. And I said, Spirit just says to me, Asha, tell him, soul within, soul without. Okay? I said, Mick, you're working on your divine masculine and your divine feminine coming in harmony, correct? He said, yeah, Mom. I said, okay then. So you understand what's happening on the inside is a reflection of what happens on our outer side, isn't it? Because Spirit has just told me, tell you that because that's the language he's going to understand. And he sat there and he just smiled and he was like he'd been arguing with me for about 40 minutes prior to this strap line that I dropped on him. And he sat there and he looked at me and it was like, you could see him ticking over because he's a Scorpio rising. Do you know, I'm a Scorpio sun. So we clash, we hit it off all the time. As much as we get each other, and we do get each other, I love him. He's my firstborn son. He's my firstborn son, and he is beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Just don't get it twisted. I love this. I love this spirit that chose me because he chose, all of them chose me. You know what I mean? And I love and respect that. I have so much respect. And he sat there in that moment and I could see it ticking over and he wanted to come up with something and he was just processing it. He was like, I can't get it now, I get it. And I said, this is what I'm telling you, son. I'm not telling you that a woman's about to come in your life to trigger you because I know you're celibate. I know you're done with all of that. I know the trauma has been deep. But babe, it's coming and I want you to be prepared for it. And obviously I go into Rosa mind. Do you understand where I'm coming from? And Rosa, divine feminine, her job is to protect all of her babies. So therefore, I've been like, no, you can't do that. Stay here. What are you doing on the road with your friends them? With the man them? No, get home, get home. Like controlling their life because I just want to keep them safe. I want to keep them in this house, in this illusion that I have created with a karmic, okay, reflecting my own traumas back at me. And I want everybody to stay in this environment because this is what I've created. Whether it's wrong or right, whether it's impacting on them negatively, which it was, I had built this illusion and was committed to it. So as I said, I've brought this. I've ended up bringing this lion back with me to the house and putting it up. And when I say that this lion, this picture, is being used as a divine tool, the lion talks to me. The lion would tell me and tell me that they've disapproved with what I've done or what I've said or what I've thought. Or I'll go to the lion and say, what do you think? You get what I'm saying? What do you think? And through this lion, with eyes and everything, just a big face of a lion just standing there, this lion's letting me know what's going on. But it has also provided me with the courage needed to go on this journey. Does that make sense? Because I realized that this lion had nothing to do with the Leo, had nothing to do with my husband, nothing at all. But it had everything to do with the courage that I needed to find in order to go on this journey and know that was going to be all right. Okay, so when this just said all things that take skill and courage, I resonate with that. So back to the book. It says, yet these are the requirements for us to surrender to the great healing of divine love. Lady Isis speaks through this oracle and says to you that recovery from trauma and emotional healing is not only possible, but if you are willing, it can happen for you now. Collective, if you are willing to heal, I'm here now. I'm here now with you for us to go through the journey together. We don't have to do this alone. Okay, we can do this together. All right. This is why this platform's been created. Okay, because I need you just as much as you may need me. You might not know or even believe that you need me, but I know that I need you. Okay, because I know that this whole journey is part of the collective. It's a time of collaboration. I've always been a one-man band. I'm impatient. I'm Scorpio. If I'm going to do a job, I'm doing the job. And I know that job's going to be done 150%. So I don't need no weak link or I don't need anybody, putting 2 pence in or trying to take it in a different direction when I know where it needs to go. Does that make sense? At least that's where my mindset was before. But now I know that that's not the right mindset to have. It's not about that. It's about collaboration. Does that make sense? It's about collaboration. Okay, so okay, it can happen for you now. No matter the depth of grief, loss, and despair, fear or anger, love can and will absorb all of it. a shun energy, divine, feminine, yellow energy. How can you heal yourself? Cover yourself in yellow. This oracle is also an indication that a spiritual gift or awakening of deep healing ability at a new level are coming your way. Keep your eyes and your heart open. Let go of doubt or fear about opening up to a new level of proficiency. This is me opening up to a new level of proficiency. I've been fearful of stepping into the light. I remember a girlfriend of mine who is a boss says to me, Asha, fuck him, step in your light. You get what I'm trying to say? And don't dull it for nobody. If anything, let them put their fucking sunglasses on because you're stepping out. And then she went off and Kat literally fucking launched her coaching business. And I was just like, no, I'm not ready. You know who I was? I was like the 901. Do you know that motherfucker with the bandage round his head, too scared to come out from behind the sticks because there's been a gunshot. It's gone constantly. No matter what I do, no matter what I said, people were gunning and people were always gun. The difference is Sasha Fia will fucking gun you back, motherfucker. Okay, so bring it. Okay, because it's like that. But at the same time, it's not like that. It's about divine love and it's about Sasha healing from that and knowing that you're not under attack anymore. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Because those who know. You get what I'm saying? And those who don't know will know. All right. So it says, keep your eyes and your heart open and let go of doubt or fear about opening up to a new level of proficiency. Dedicate your work to divine love and trust that will flow through you stronger now. And it is. You are capable of great work when you trust in your own heart and the love of the divine flowing through you with total surrender. Bab, surrender. I'm done. You don't get me arguing again. I don't care how hard it is. And like I said, we gonna cry together, you know. We're gonna cry together. You gotta see me break down. Because I told you already, I'm not hiding nothing. Okay. I've already cried how many times today, last night, the night before. I know it's gonna get peak. You're gonna see my ugly face. You're gonna see me in my rawest form, wig off, do-rag on, no makeup. You know what I'm saying? Up until today is the first time I've properly put on makeup for this video. Because divine feminines, like, and high priestess, makeup for what? That poison. This eyeliner that I've got on is a non-evasive, non-chemical based eyeliner. It cost me £24. Okay. Do I have £24 to be spending on eyeliner? I got bills and I got 5 kids. No, I don't have £25 to be spending on eyeliner. Have I spent £25 on eyeliner because it's the healthiest thing for my body? Absolutely. And I will spend any amount if it's healthy for me. Because last year I come to an understanding. I'm no longer going to self-harm. I'm no longer going to self-harm mentally. So that means I don't sit down and torture myself anymore. I don't tell myself, fucking hell, man, why did you do that? Why are you shouting at the kids for? You're a bad mom. What are you doing that for? Why are you going down that road for? Why did you listen to him? Why did you talk to that? I don't do any of that. I recognize that whatever I do, now that I'm in 100% holistic collaboration and communication, whatever I do is completely understandable and acceptable. And I forgive myself and I encourage myself because it's all learning at the end of the day. There are no mistakes. So if there are no mistakes, why are you self-harming yourself? If being fat is not a mistake, why are you self-harming yourself for being fat? When actually being fat is a side effect of the trauma that hasn't been healed. You're not to blame for that. We're not to blame for the trauma that hasn't been healed because trauma's deep. What we are responsible for is helping ourselves through that trauma. Because the minute we do that, the eating habits change and the weight drops off. We don't need diets. We need healing. Okay, we need healing. Okay. So it says, no matter no matter the depth of grief and loss, despair, fear, or anger, love will absorb it all. The oracle is also an indication of a spiritual gift or awakening of a deep healing ability at a new level that's coming your way. Keep your eyes and your heart open and let go of any doubt or fear about opening up to the new level of proficiency. Dedicate your work to the divine love and trust that it will flow through you stronger now. You are capable of great work when you trust in your own heart and the love of the divine flowing through you with total surrender. So then it goes on to a ritual, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go straight to the incarnation. And that says, you can say this incarnation to finish the practice above or any time you need some miraculous healing. Okay, so this is the poem for this healing. Okay, and again, this can be said, this video can be paused, you can write this information down. In fact, I encourage you to buy the Oracle deck. Do you know what I mean? Just because it's the deck that I'm going to be using through this journey. And wouldn't it be nice if you could use this deck and then get the tarot cards and pin it on the wall behind you or in front of you where you can see it, or pull it underneath your pillow? Because I think some people know, like I said, if you know, you know, and if you don't know, you don't know. But when you sleep with certain like tarot cards, or sleep with certain crystals, or sleep with certain affirmation, we draw those energies in. We're energy beings. Okay, this shit's real. Okay, this ain't no play plating. This shit's real. But those who know, and those who don't know, you will know. So if you do get the deck, at least you'll be able to kind of sleep with these cards underneath your pillow or carry them around in your handbag to make sure that you're always constantly reminding yourself and also embarking on this energy. So it says, this is the poem. Love and light, peace and power. Miracle healing descends this hour. The wings of Isis drenched with feeling. Nothing escapes her miracle healing. Surrender to her from my heart so true, which is now exactly what I choose to do. Gratitude to Isis for the miracles coming to me. Her love and grace now sets me free. Collective, on that note, I'm about to set all of us free and end this video. Thank you very much for walking this journey with me. As I said, it's my first video of many to come. Okay, so again, watch this space. I will put a little bit of a disclaimer in too, and that is, as I do these videos, I'm going to be doing these videos for each of the personalities. So you're going to meet 5 different people. You're going to be switching on and you're going to be like, what the fuck? Who's that? Where's the wig gone? Or where's this gone? Or where's the makeup gone? Or what's she wearing? Do you know what I mean? We're gonna go through all of those. Okay, so let me just prepare you, because what you see is an illusion anyway. Does that make sense? I am not one of any of these personalities. I am all 5 of them. I embark on the energy of all 5 of them. Okay, so love and light, collective. Okay, until we meet again. Okay, love you to bits and pieces. Good night.